All right, hello everyone, welcome back. So today I have another 1v1 for you guys, but I have a new contender. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi. And okay, let's go backwards. So first of all, I gotta include the hi YouTube in here. I have lines equal 3 on. So yeah, so we're gonna play an around the world here, which just means every single venue, one time. So I have all my venues up here. So, the way I did it against Hyper, I just chose Courtyard first because I figure starting on Aquarium, it gets boring after a while. But so we're starting from Veranda. So we're gonna start on Veranda here and then just go backwards. So all right, but yeah, we're gonna get right into it here. Start off on Buns, I think, just because she's kind of a pretty skinny spy and can do like a lot of nice things with her. Maybe not time mad, but worst case, I'll just, I'm just gonna play a nice, well-paced game. I don't plan on time adding. Even though if I really needed it, I guess I could. But let's just focus on playing a nice solid game one here, I think. Okay, we could probably fit in this conversation. So you want to look. So let's see. So basically, we're trying to see what he's looking at here. The party is like very sparse and active. So I think what I'm gonna go do is I'm gonna just talk, walk away, and then okay, I was gonna say if Ambassador walks out of the venue on this side, it would have been really easy for me to just kind of microfilm here because he'll be watching it, but unfortunately not going to be the case. So the second he walks past there over there, I'm going to microfilm because he should be watching the Ambassador. Red dress gives me a little bit of cover, and there's other stuff to really be watching. Um, so yeah, that is that one done, and maybe that's a highlight. I don't know, but we can kind of idle here for like the time being, just because we have like 4 minutes still, and our flirt is pretty well paced out at the moment. So if you're looking forward into the game, we'll have inspect, or no, sorry, we'll have microfilm, flirt, and then contact. That's 3 missions. So we still need to sort of figure out what to do as our last 2 missions here. So they could be inspects, could be purloin, bug. We have a lot of options here. But let's finish up this flirt. So we have the flirt done. So that's 1 mission down. Now it's really just about picking out new missions to do. So, like for example, this is pretty full, this conversation. So we have really good cover here. So what we're going to do is we're going to microfilm here. Hopefully it's not white, but everything's on that side of the venue here. We're going to wait for the maybe. He must have already highlighted Kane. So this is a free microfilm as far as I'm concerned here. Um, so yeah, free stuff here, just using the laser here. The reason why this makes a lot of sense to go for is Toby and Ambassador on this side of the venue. Now we want to switch sides and just see what they're doing. So for example, we see, okay, Ambassador's at the bird statue on the right side of the venue from the sniper's POV. So now I think what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to go for this briefcase unless Smallman goes for it, which he does, which is fine. It's not an issue. It's not really an issue. I'd love to go for a BB here and just do a nice little walk away. Nothing crazy. Okay.
Banana bread.
All right, so I went for a bug there because the ambassador is literally just like in my face, and we're gonna walk away here, and we're gonna go for this briefcase here because this should be a difficult print, and then we just finish up on that bird statue on the right side according to the sniper's POV. Okay, we don't hit it, which is fine, not the end of the world here. So we have to be careful. So this last minute, you know what? We're gonna test the sniper here. So I don't think that I'm gonna be really that much of a big suspect because this microfilm and bug are 100% clean. So what I'm gonna go do here is I'm just gonna go statue to statue. Yeah, just a highlight, nothing crazy. And actually, Smallman now, if he doesn't have the print on that one bird statue, I could get a really easy and nice free mission win here. Um, so statue here. If Obi finds the shot, it's just a good shot. But I think this is the finish that I want to do. It's still early enough, and here's the thing, right? Like we did 2 hardtails, so if we have any sus for these hardtails, that's what you're shooting on here. You don't have microfilm, you don't have bug, so there's no reason to shoot me here, right? And that's why Obi looks to see if there's a swap happening because this is inspect to inspect, but it ends up getting free. Or it ends up, I end up getting away with it because obviously microfilm. So if you look on the microfilm side here, you kind of see that like, okay, I'm at green, but everything that's happening is on this right side of the venue here. So what I didn't know is that Ambassador's over here, so technically I could have been watched here, but like I said, I have cover from this other conversation, and I already have red microphone in pocket. So the bug, just I mean, this is just a golden opportunity, and we take the BB right after so that he doesn't really watch it. Um, this was a little bit of lucky, but we had the, you know, we have to have the skill to capitalize on this luck. And if we hit this briefcase here, we would have just went to that bird statue and finished prints. So we adapted and we said, okay, well, we're not going to go to another print if we don't need to. So we went statue to statue and dared him to shoot. And since you did two hardtails already, microfilm and bug, then you already know that the sniper doesn't have those because otherwise you would have been shot upon suspicion for like one of, probably for the bug, but you weren't. So those are just gone. So now you have 4 missions. You need one more mission. Inspect to inspect. If you're not sus for the other missions, which we decided that we weren't, we just go and we finish inspect to inspect, and that is just going to give us a nice little win. Okay. I think that was a nice Veranda game. Got a little lucky with the bug, but um, it just goes to show you what you can do if you are really, really good at watching the laser. Because a lot of those plays were made possible because I was well aware of like where I was at in regards to the laser. Okay. So we have Laugh on the left. Laugh, Ambassador starts out not moving, which I hate to see. Queen could bug, I guess, technically. A little like buns for no reason. Okay, interesting. So Laugh, Scream. We're watching Sorry here. Okay, so Laugh, Scream. Okay, so Queen, or Whitress and Irish are at the red bookcase. So we'll just memorize that. What's my mnemonic? I don't even remember. Mashed potatoes, maybe? I think I changed it as a salad. So a salad. So laugh, scream, another scream on the right side, and then dub on the left side. So scream, scream on the right side, and then laugh, dub is our statues configuration. There's been no time ad, but we knew Rocker and Wheels were over there. Probably the first print to Irish here. We'll just credit it to. It could be difficult, and I missed a print, but I'm expecting a BB as well. That's a nice stop. Okay, twin. But you're also crediting Rocker with a bug. Same with Buns. So Rocker and Buns have bugs, which is Mustard. So Mustard having a bug. Tex, a little spy-like to do that over there at this point at this particular time. So we'll keep Tex in mind a little bit. He also had an inspect over here. So let's see. Laugh still. General. There's a print at green, by the way. And just memorizing stuff here, nothing crazy. I don't think I've seen Whitress and Irish next to each other again, so they're probably not a flirt pair. Tex goes next to Seek. Okay, Rocker and Buns are next to each other again. So Rocker, Buns, a little sus. They both have Bug too, by the way. All right, we have 2 minutes or 3 minutes to go. Um, Twin does return that book correctly. I don't think anyone took the print from green. We have no Purloin yet either, by the way. Watching for Bug here, maybe. Okay, no Bug. Okay, no Bug can really happen right there. Queen, Duke. Okay, Duke I think is probably the spy. Because I don't remember Duke even going over to that bookcase, and he was over there for like a very little amount of time. Rocker, I don't think has been at a bookcase yet. Yeah, and we move. I think Duke also tried to pick up a briefcase, but I think it was a dead briefcase. Okay, Blink Twin, no Slide. Okay, that was a nice looking stop from Buns. We'll just low light Buns for that. Okay, Rockers from the blue bookcase. Okay, Blink Twin maybe with a print. So Irish and Bling. It's an emerald. So emerald print. Remember, Buns and Rocker have bug, but I don't think that they have any progress for that. Because Buns is also a low light. Smallman, not sus of. Okay, Irish went next to White Dress again, though, interestingly enough. So that could still be a flirt, or just could be a coincidence either way. Queen hasn't really moved. Okay, so it. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say it's Rocker, but Rocker's just picking up a briefcase. That was a close one. Wheels finishing inspects. But there's no BB yet, so we don't have to like crazily flick our camera around. We can just keep watching things as they are at the moment. See where Irish goes here, next to Duke. But they don't go to a real BB conversation here, interestingly enough. Okay, scream, scream still, dove, laugh. I mean, I still need missions, right? So, okay, white dress finishing inspects here. Could very well be white dress. Seek take. Okay, if this is a purloin, I'm not on top of it. Actually, I kind of forgot to watch purloin, but it hasn't been gone yet. Um, so we got bailed out there. Okay, no, nothing. Rocker does return to the red bookcase, which is incorrect. She went to the blue. This is a purloin, so we can just shoot it. So we got the book from the blue bookcase. Remember, we were about to shoot for it earlier. So we see her at red, and then by that point, yeah, obviously she doesn't have enough mission progress. So the plan there is then to obviously just um, try to purloin right there, which was a good attempt. But since we were on top of the book, we can just kind of shoot it. Yeah, party was actually really active. So I think like if you're watching that like back and you kind of are like, okay, I play this way too passive. Like, you know, you could probably just do more stuff. I think at the beginning there, especially because like multiple people would just walk by the ambassador, and especially since like you started over there because Rocker does have one of the early bug credits, you can kind of say to yourself like, oh, well, it's probably just Rocker, right? Um, Okay, that was a really ugly path. Please don't highlight me for that. Okay, so Twin and Seek, and then Salmon, and so we have Seahorse, and then I think that's Plain Twin, so Pepperoni. So Seahorse eating Pepperoni would be two flirt pairs. So, think about frames maybe, but Plain Twin goes next to. So we have three inspectors already. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go pick up partial inspects myself and just overload the sniper. Gonna go next to Rocker here. All right. Okay, if text goes in this conversation, we could frame. But there's no need to BB this early on, in my opinion, because General's finishing inspects. So this is what I mean. So you got to be on top of people. So General finishing inspects, Salmon now going to inspects. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go walk over here and finish inspects myself. So now there's two of us that have inspects. So now it's going to be a lot harder for him to shoot if somebody goes for a BB here. And Salmon also has one set of inspects. And we don't need to do anything crazy. I mean, we can go to the bar and just kind of wait out the clock a little bit. We'll reject just because we don't want to get like a print or something annoying. Okay, but General walks in this conversation. So now you obviously want to be a part of the same conversation that General's in. Because if you are and DA comes into us, that's really, really good. But DA taking their time. Everyone's in conversation and it's perfect. But DA goes to bar. So we have a minute left. So this game is really going to be hard to shoot. We just need the DA to come into our conversation. And then it's a 50-50 between me and General, assuming that one of us even has inspects. So it'll be a tough shot to find, I think, for Obi if White Dress comes into our convo here. Which she does. Oh my gosh. Red Dress needs to come into convo. We'll take it right now.
In the end of red.
50-50. And General walks away. Back to statues. So do you shoot? Do you shoot? Yeah, you don't shoot. And like that's exactly what I'm saying. So me and General both have inspects here, right? So it's a really, really hard test for the sniper because first of all, you have to consider, oh, is the spy even done with missions? And then the second thing you're considering is that, oh, like if they're done with missions, then okay, well it has to be either General or Teal because one of them is finishing. So it's a 50-50. So it's not an easy shot to take. In general, like leaves and goes to statues afterwards, which is very AI-like. So you probably could have found the shot on Teal there, assuming that you are a behavioral kind of esque sniper there, but not an easy shot at all to find at all. And we made it sufficiently hard, I think, for Obi to find that shot. All right, so Puff and Sheep. And let's memorize the bar here. So we have Irish and Duke with a shamrock. We have white dress and general, which is just going to be a cleaver. So maybe it's like mincing up a shamrock with a big cleaver and then on a wheelchair. So maybe you're like doing it on a wheelchair or something. So you just picture that. So puff sheep. Flirt pairs, we have buns in the middle of Alice and Bling twins. So buns, and then maybe you could just picture like a hamburger bun with, I don't know, a croquet mallet. So maybe like pounding a croquet mallet with a hamburger bun. Text goes next to white dress. Text goes next to white dress, which would be steak. White dress with the first print. Watching bug here, Duke and wheel. Okay, so Duke and wheels. So that is going to be. Let's see. What is my mnemonic? That could have been a bug from. Nah, but I don't know. It's probably not a bug from Disney in all honesty. Duke and wheels though. What's my mnemonic for that? I can't even think of it. Yeah, Sheldon Cooper. Okay, so Disney takes. So there's 7 people who have a delegate, but the early ones are probably out. So Sheldon Cooper and then Wheels most likely. Now you're just really watching the conversations where people could go away from. So Blinkton moved conversation, so Blinkton probably is either flirting with one of these two. He wasn't flirting. Buns hasn't moved either, by the way. So Buns most likely wasn't flirting with one of those people. Okay, white dress. So white dress. Okay, well, white dress in Disney is an Eiffel Tower. Is the Eiffel Tower. I don't know why I said in Eiffel Tower. It could also be a difficult print from White Dress, so White Dress could actually be done with prints now. Um, if you remember, Tex went next to her, but that's not her necessarily her ST. Oh, that's disgusting, by the way. Okay, yeah, that's very not spy-like from Disney. You wouldn't just walk next to somebody at windows, especially when they're not your ST, and do that. So we're gonna low light that based on behavioral tell. A little tricky. This is a tricky game here. White Dress. Who does she go next to? I want to see. Buns hasn't moved, so I don't think it's Buns. Blinkton could be flirting with Buns again. White Dress takes a fine-looking path. I'm expecting a BB here. Alice could have a bug, so I don't want to hear a BB. It's not sorry. That path is too good.
Banana bread.
Oh, do I shoot for the bug on Alice? I don't know. It's not Buns, by the way. Buns has no activity. It's probably Alice. If that was Alice, she just wins. That's a really good bug. I mean, that's so hard to credit. Okay, it's not Buns. White Dress still has Prince. White Dress needs another mission. Disney. There's no delegates up either, by the way. All right, we need something here. Duke. Okay, everyone, of course, is getting active right now. Wheels doesn't have anything. Puff Sheep still. Bug there from Buns. Okay. But yeah, no fingerprint there, and I don't even know if she had real BB. Not that it mattered, but um, I mean, it's a good plan there at the end, I think. But obviously, at the end of the game, I'm looking for bugs. So, um, yeah, just pretty simple. I'm on top of it. Nothing crazy. Uh, but I don't know if White Dress had flirt, so I'm not entirely sure if I would have shot her, which was what I probably should also type. But I'm sure Obi will watch this back. So, but yeah, White Dress might not have shot her, but I think it's a hard choice on whether or not I want to shoot that or not. Yeah, again, we're not going to play anything crazy. I say that every single time, but like both these games haven't been anything crazy. It's just watching the party and seeing what they're going to do. So Duke and Salmon. So Duke probably has a flirt, a bug credit. We're just gonna take a drink here, innocent drink. White dress and teal at the green bookcase. We're gonna see if one of them takes out a book, because you could always try and frame people with the idea of like, oh, like maybe if he doesn't memorize books, they could. Okay, so Duke. Okay, Duke rejects. If sorry also rejects, I think I'm gonna request a drink, so I'm gonna gulp this drink, but unfortunately doesn't work. Okay, Rocker, Alice, so a hard hat with inspects. You could also use these demonics on the spy side. White dress rejects a drink. Duke has okay. Remember, Duke has the bug credit, so Duke going for Prince isn't really that weird. If he goes to the third statue here, we'll have to pay attention to who goes to the third statue there. Um, a lot of different people have stuff. Irish has a bug. There's so much crazy activity. I'm just gonna send this BB now. I think. I'm gonna make it look like a rush game here, and now Irish. Okay, but Irish just bumps into Queen, so Irish can be low lit now. So now we're in dire straits. Now we gotta hope that Duke goes through the third statue or something crazy. Or if he rejects here, this could be really good for us as well. Okay, that's gonna be rough for our chances because now with Duke rejecting, it's like, it's just gonna be rough. I don't know if I could do a reverse drive-by bug here. We could get some sort of a civ shot off maybe. We're just gonna refuse a drink, not do anything crazy. I haven't moved from my spot this entire game. Um, I need Duke to do something though. Okay, Duke just goes window to window, which I like. Here's the thing, it's Teien, so like what I could always do is I could always just bug and then purloin. I always have that in my arsenal at any given point. So if by like 30 seconds he's still holding, um, then it doesn't really matter, right? But right now we're just kind of hoping for a civ shot. So the BB is already done. It looks like a real BB. I could BB again with Duke in conversation, I think, because I could in theory have the only real BB, which would suck. I should have paid more attention to the laser to see who the lowlights were to see if they actually lowlit somebody or not. But I haven't done anything, so I'm not sus here. I could also request a drink here, maybe. I'm just gonna refuse. Rocker has inspects now if she is not a low light.
Banana bread.
Okay, bug. And then now, obviously, we have to purloin here. Could go to inspects as well, but I think inspects is going to get a shot. Um, okay, green purloin. I haven't moved all game, so I've just been sitting here the entire game. So I don't have any behavioral sus because there's no behavioral sus for me to even have. So this is it. If you're on top of this purloin, you win the game. If you're not, then I win the game. That's what it's come down to right now. And the bug, I guess, technically, but. All right, there we go. Yeah, Duke's a highlight. Duke is probably the main sus of the entire game, which we kind of figured, but um, yeah. Like I said, we don't have any behavioral sus, and I think we just zoom out at the wrong time in order to see that, in order to not see the bug. So we end up getting, I would say, a little lucky there, but there was a lot of nice BB lowlights from OB, I'm assuming, and probably like a lowlight onto, I think, what was it? Well, no, I guess Duke technically left. So like I was gonna say Duke, I thought bumped into somebody or someone who I was sus, who I thought was sus bumped into somebody. I forget, but um, yeah, another instructive spy game. I mean, sometimes you don't have to really like, sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So you can kind of just wait, and then if there's no civ shots until the end of the game, you can kind of just say, okay, screw it, I'm gonna do something, and hopefully if it works. And that's kind of what I did. But yeah, clean game. And that's like one of those rare like Teien no move games where you just sit in one place at the same time and you don't do anything. So, um, I remember Guggy had a game like that against me, and I was like, man, what a legend. Because they're fun. It's like a challenge, challenging yourself. I'm not gonna do anything. Put one on the board. All right. Teien. Okay, so Nest and Nunu. Well, that's really convenient for us. Watching Bug here. Okay, Buns and Teal. That's American flag. No Bug from Red Dress. So we're watching Bug here. We're gonna watch this Bug until the end of time. No Bug from Teal. And we see Blink Twin Bug. So see Blink Twin Bug. I think before you do this, you should consider what level of like front cover you have. So like for example, if you have salmon, and text like right there, that would work a lot better. But since you don't have that, this bug is just out in the open, and so unfortunately, you just kind of end up having to eat a bullet there. Okay, we did a lot of slower games. We're gonna try a rush game this time, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. You don't want to just do the same type of game every single time. So we're gonna do a rush game, and we're gonna see what happens here. So um, we're gonna swap here, I think. We're gonna walk away, and then we're gonna go hurry up and get this flirt. Now you want to watch the laser after you do that. So you kind of see that like, okay, he didn't do anything. We could get a bug here as well. Although he's gonna get redirected, I think, soon enough. Okay, there's the bug. Swap's gone off for us. And now delegate. Well, we don't have to delegate. I mean, at this point in the game, if the swap isn't like noticed and we're not at the swap and that bug isn't too heavily credited, we could just flirt and then contact. I think this is the clinical way to finish this type of a game. So instead of full out rushing, we'll just flirt and contact. Just because we know that the sniper doesn't have that. We're at least pretty sure the sniper doesn't have this. So this rush doesn't work all the time, but it looks like this game it will, unless like he has the swap. Um, but it doesn't look like he does, so we're okay. We'll just delegate just in case. You never not want to just delegate, just in case you do want to happen to take it, but you don't have to take the delegate. All right. Okay. Okay, that was ugly at the end there. Actually, I could just get shot for that, but so twin next to the ambassador. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. All right, let's go. We're gonna go and go into this conversation. Okay, so next to red, no, not red dress, sorry, teal, or no, oh my god, not teal, plain twin, blink twin. Ah, talking is hard. Okay, we're gonna talk here. The laser looks like he's watching ambassador. Okay, we're gonna switch conversations now and assume that we're not seen. We're trying to be like a ghost this game. All right, so you can kind of BB at any time now. Once ambassador lands in that part of the conversation, then I'll bug because he's watching the left side, so he's not watching this talk here. So I'm gonna stop talk as well.
Banana bread.
And we're gonna stop talk, and then now it's just now are you on top of the bug in the swap? So yeah, so Alice gets shot there. Not surprising. Alice was the one that swapped for us, so we were missed at the statue. And yeah, works out for us pretty nicely. So it was a successful change of pace game, which was the entire goal. Yeah, I think that was a really good game because we could have sent it with a rush and delegated and then flirted and did all that, but I think the simpler way to finish that game off is just to flirt and contact and then see if Obi can just find the shot. Um, because sometimes the sniper is just gonna do it. Yeah, I can be pretty bad at watching Redwoods. There's also a lot that happens during Redwoods, so definitely good venue to take a point off of me here. Okay, so Redwoods sniping it, you kind of just want to memorize statues really quickly. So laugh, and you kind of want to be aware of time ads and cheeses. White Rocker seek sorry. So Aladdin and then Rocker. Aladdin playing a guitar. Um, laugh Hydra. Laugh Hydra Dove, and then we have a sunflower and then a salmon, so maybe a sunflower on a salmon. We have the flirt pair of Kane and Irish. French fries. Okay, Disney with the first print. So a salmon with sunflower's eyes. We have General with the first print. Sorry, or Disney. Sorry. Yeah, Disney. Sorry. A seek watch check. There's no time ad, right? There's no time ad. Okay. Disney may or may not have inspects. Okay, salmon with the sunflower. His eyes. So now it's just a sunflower because salmon's a low light. Teal with the bug. Remember Teal Rocker, and then now Aladdin. Yeah, Rocker and Seek already have bugs technically. I think this is a dead case. Seek looks not that spy-like to me. Disney was flirting with Teal. Irish and Kane are still next to each other as well. Okay, General. Looks like a slide from General. So General's the only delegate now. The other one's expired. So just General. And then Laugh, Hydra, and then Puff. Or Dove, I mean, sorry. Okay, blue. Okay, so there's two prints now. Okay, that was weird from Teal a little bit. Okay, Wheels. Okay, Wheels Rocker. That is a boulder because rock and roll. Because I'm original. Okay, Irish and Kane both have flirts with each other. So if they do missions at any point, we have to kind of be a little bit suspicious of them. Okay, Irish takes out the book though. I don't think you would take out the book there to be honest with you. So, you should probably most likely return it to green bookcase, but that's not very likely. Okay, sorry with Prince. Sorry with Prince. Okay, Tex and wheels would be a horse. And I think the boulder has expired, so just a horse for our bar. It's a little difficult though because Sari could technically be done with missions. She has a bug credit and she also has Prince. Okay, nothing's changed. Okay, red. Okay, it's not Irish. Irish gets redirected there. You're never returning to that bookcase again. So, but I won't lower there just in case she watch checks the time out here, which you would almost need to, but she doesn't. And you're watching the two remaining time ads here, or the two remaining delegates here. So, Tex and Wheels, which is horse. Teal.
Banana bread.
Okay. Behaviorally, I think it's teal. Well, teal has like the only real BB anyway, so it has to be teal unless it's a fake. I don't have any other missions. I don't have any. No, it's definitely teal. I mean, this is just way too spy-like, I think, to not shoot. So real BB inspects because remember she was on the right side on the head statues, and then we did end up swapping, which I meant to check. I should have checked the swap, but I didn't end up checking the swap. But behaviorally, I thought it was teal, just because if you look, let me go to the BB. Um, yeah, so if you look there in the BB, we're like the only real contact, basically, besides maybe Kane. And then we go to statues right after to finish our last mission. It's very behaviorally spy-like to me. Uh, and granted, at that point, we don't have any other choice just because we have nothing else like left for us at the end of the game, but still a nice try regardless. I think you could maybe like do that swap a little earlier and it works just as well. But pub poop, true. Okay. Okay, that was an ugly path. We're gonna start out at statues right now. We're just gonna so this is when you kind of want to just keep throwing the pressure on because you just want to keep making him like take these hard shots. So by me going to statues first off in the game, it's basically just saying and putting a big target on my back, and I'm now gonna have to knowingly play with that big target on my back the entire game. Okay, that wasn't horrible. The bouncing. Okay, we could actually bug here. I was going to bug, but we're gonna bug here because we're between a million people. Okay, so now you have two options left. You could either contact or seduce. It's early. If it was like 1 minute left, I would probably just contact. But that's a little risky because, that would kind of make the point of us going to statues moot. So what we're going to do is we're going to just flirt. And we're going to instant flirt here just because without contact, I'm not going to get shot here. So the reason why this bug works so well is because you're expecting the two people right next to the ambassador bug, but since I was kind of like two people away from him and I still was able to bug, um, it just works out really, really well. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna reset this flirt cooldown a little bit, and I'm doing this just because I don't want to run into time trouble here. I'm gonna go right back to teal. This is really a little risky here, which is why I'm not gonna insta talk here, I think. But with no BB, I don't think he's gonna be pressured to shoot, and that is just a really, really clean game again. Because you're not shooting this game unless you have the bug because there's no BB, so there's not 3 missions for anybody. So without the bug, you're not shooting this. So yeah, so let me show you from his perspective the bug here. So you kind of see that, although I guess well, okay, red dress maybe is up still, but you're expecting red dress or rocker to bug, but then, I'm over here and like, it's not that clear cut. Like, you're not thinking that I'm gonna bug here. I mean, I did bug, but you're expecting maybe rocker to bug, so you're maybe really intently watching rocker there. But you should be watching. You should kind of be looking in the general direction of You should be looking in the vicinity. So like you should be kind of like keeping like maybe your peripherals like right here. It's a tough one to watch, but you kind of want to keep your peripherals like right here in the middle of Ambassador to notice any weird movements like near him, and I think that's how you watch that bug there. Because I'm assuming our eyes were on Rocker, or maybe really, really intently on Red Dress or something. But yeah, don't forget that people can do crazy bugs like that where they can bug across people, and that's often the ones that spies will take. So you know, that's just one thing to keep in mind. Okay, we have vines along with Duke, so maybe some metals cutting through some vines, or maybe like the vines are metals. I don't know. Seek Sorry, Aladdin is a flirt pair. Hot tamales. We have a fish fillet sandwich. There's a lot of flirt pairs right now. General Sorry is a Nerf gun. Sorry watch check. Um, so Aladdin and then Alice Smallman. My mnemonic. Let's see. What is my mnemonic for that? Okay, I don't have a mnemonic for that. Oh yeah, I do a top hat. So maybe like Aladdin wearing a top hat. But Seek and Star are in different conversations right now. Buns hasn't moved yet, so we'll have to maybe see Buns move for Salmon. Should be Mask, which it is, because I mean obviously no one's been to statues yet. But there's a print on the right. Okay, Alice goes next to nobody. I want to see where. So I want to see where Salmon goes. You would expect Buns to go next to Salmon, but he doesn't. So I'm already thinking that Red Dress and Teal maybe is an actual flirt pair because they both haven't moved from each other yet. Um, Meanwhile, a lot of the other pairs haven't gone next to each other again. We have Guillotine, which is Queen General. Duke you could watch maybe for flirt pairs. Okay, flirt or okay, Amber rejects, which is nice for us. Yeah, Red Dress it's not, so maybe it is actually Teal again. Watching Bug here. Okay, and here we go. So remember fish fillet sandwich at the beginning of the game, which is salmon and buns, and buns goes next to salmon. So that was either a red flirt, or buns just got really unlucky, or we still ended up making it. But all the delegates have expired except for buns and I think Seek and Duke now. So it'll just be sesame seeds for the time being. Teal walks away. Teal could have a flirt with red dress. I think we're gonna see where Salmon goes as Buns if we really are flirting with Buns. That could have been a bug. That's really annoying if that was a bug because I wasn't watching it. Sesame seeds. Okay, if you're Buns here, you're not taking that. Hmm. Okay, Teal wouldn't be flirting with Salmon. That doesn't make any sense. Um, okay, that looks fine. Okay, I missed the time man. But Sesame seeds was Duke and Buns. Teal doesn't. Well, Teal could have a timeout, I guess technically. We're gonna watch the statue though and see if there's been any swaps or something. Okay, no. Okay. Okay, but Teal couldn't be flirting with Duke here, so I'm starting to think that it's not Teal, but Teal already technically has flirt with Red Dress. And then Buns also
The end of
could
red.
be, 50-50 between Buns and Teal, but I think Teal has Inspect, so we'll just shoot her. Yeah, okay, so it's Salmon. That's a nice contact. Salmon, yeah, Salmon just doesn't have flirt, so that's why I wasn't really wanting to shoot her. Yeah, so nice game. I actually missed this. I missed the timer completely from Salmon. I don't even think I had him at Windows. Like Buns, but I guess like why would Buns ever time out here if she already has Inspects and Flirt? So or Teal, I mean, sorry, she wouldn't need a time ad. So I guess we could almost eliminate all people who have. Oh, so that's what I could have done. I could have just dropped. I could have just eliminated everybody who had Flirt. So I could have known that it wasn't Buns or Teal because they don't have Flirt. See, it's like this is why I kind of do this because like now I can also analyze what I did wrong. So this was a really nice BB here. And even though Salmon does have a inspect, which I obviously didn't really take into consideration, I just didn't have flirt. So who was his ST by the way? It was Duke. Yeah, he was never next to Duke, I don't think. Obviously because he has 0% flirt. So that's a very instructive game actually, and I might go through that again myself like later on. But yeah, super nice game. And since I already knew that they had flirt, there would be no reason for the spy to even time ad. So I should have known that it wasn't Teal or Buns because they wouldn't need a time ad. But I guess if the DA was being mean, then I guess maybe, but I don't know. Not clear, in my opinion. Okay, nice early green flirt. Request before general, but after Duke and, well, after Duke, I guess. Ambassador starts out at blue bookcase. Okay, so we have a print potentially. Leather gloves, which is Alice and Tex, and then Charmander. So Charmander wearing some leather gloves. Maybe he burnt them or something. Okay. We're gonna send off a delegate to Smallman here, I think. And we're gonna hope that he goes to like statues again or something and gets himself shot. We're gonna try a timeout game. SC comes us, which is huge. Alice kind of also. I mean, I wish he went next to Alice again, kinda, but he didn't. Because if he did, it would have been really nice. So Smallman's gonna take the list here, and hopefully he gets a little bit of sus for it. Remember, Alice and Tech. Oh no, never mind. He was next to Sorry. He wasn't next to Alice. I take that back. Okay, so obviously Smallman with a print. If he goes next to Alice again at some point, maybe he could get shot. But he goes in like a sus Smallman place. So it's not. This isn't a trivial game for Obi to snipe. I think. I think I just got highlight though for the Purling, which is fine. I'm just gonna time out this game. I think. Not that I probably need to, but I kind of want to. Sorry takes a drink. We need Smallman to move for this to work. If he doesn't move again to another statue, it's kind of cooked. But think about it. If Smallman goes to statues again, this could actually work. He's done with his drink now, so it is possible now for him to do that. It'd also be helpful if he went to like a BB conversation here. And we kind of know who we're next to, right? We're next. I mean, Alice has a delegate. Buns has a delegate. Duke has a delegate. So you kind of know like already who's kind of in and who's not. So I think we're gonna fire off a BB here, just because I think a lot of people are in that we're at bar.
Banana bread.
And if Smallman has real BB, this could work out really nicely for us. Okay, actually Smallman is next to Sorry again, which is really funny. This is just a test. Just can you hold? I really wish Smallman would have just be doing more here. Um, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and see what the laser does to me here if I go to a bookcase. Oh, I just realized I could just BB here, but let's see what let's see if he reacts to Duke at all. Oh no, Duke walks away. That's annoying. Oh, but okay, but General left me too. Okay, this is already looking a little bad. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna get a civ shot here. Smallman just isn't doing anything. Like, we look like we are hovering onto somebody here. I'm not sure who though. If there's activity here, I could maybe do something. So I think I'm gonna go over here and okay, there we go. Uh, he just wasn't able to hold a shot. That's all this was. I'm not sure what we really had with Tex, but I don't know if Tex actually had inspects or not. Smallman was up, yeah. So me, Smallman, Duke, and yeah. So but okay. So I kind of had a pretty general idea. Also, really nice memorization. Do we highlight bar? We must have noticed this a little late, but yeah, Tex did have an inspect. Did he finish inspects? He never finished inspect, so this seems like a paranoia shot to me because I don't think Tex had missions, but maybe he had a bug or something. I don't know. But sometimes the early purloin strat does work. In the last 30 seconds of the game, people do tend to civ shot a lot, so it can be pretty hard making somebody hold their shot, especially when it's an early purloin like that and you don't have anything to make you sus at all. So nest, dove, and mask. Okay, so let's see. Bikini, which is Alice and Sorry. Bikini, a walker, and then Tex. So a bikini and a walker, maybe with a hat on. Plain twin and Seek, which is pepperoni. It's pepperoni. A walker that has a bikini on and a cowboy hat, perhaps. Seek and Queen. Could be a bear. Nest. Dove. Mask. Okay. that looks fine. A little, maybe a little aggressive. Okay, so we see the list get taken, but it's probably just taken by. I mean, Wheels has been there that whole time, right? So, but anyway, this is what we memorized everything for, not an issue. So let's see. So Blink Twin. So a Walker is Kane. So here's what we're gonna do. When this happens, we're gonna still make sure we're watching the party here. But I know you two are out. So Kane, Wheels, Tex, and then a Bikini, which was Sorry, and then Alice. And then now we can low light everybody. And Wheels is the taker. Okay. Tex, Nest, Dove, Mask. So we get to test out the bar here. It's probably just Wheels. I can't imagine it's not being Wheels because like Wheels would have had to just left and come back, but I don't think he did. He was there that entire time. So let's watch the path here. Okay, but the path looks really good. Okay, shoot. So it might not actually be him. I could have missed a bug from Kane. Hmm. I'm gonna need to watch paths here, I think. Okay, nice, really nice redirect from Kane there, actually. Okay, there's a printed bar. Okay, there's no way it's text with a path like that. Okay, Alice, though, that's a spy-like looking path. Goes next to Buns, which I don't have paired. For rain boots. Okay, Wheels goes to bar, picks up a print. I don't have prints with a good count, so I'm trying to watch paths here and then also BBs. Trying to see where everybody goes. Sorry doesn't have missions, which is really good for us. So it's really just about. So I'm assuming it's either Salmon or James Bond with the real BB. Alice probably is the spy, behaviorally speaking. Mm. It's funny, Obi's testing me in the exact same manner that I tested him. Um, okay, so James Bond, and then I think Teal we said, or no, James Bond and Salmon. Okay, so if Alice goes in the same conversation as Salmon, yeah, I'm inclined to think that it's Alice here. Okay, but James Bond, or no, wait, no, never mind, he doesn't leave. That's annoying. Okay,
Banana bread.
all right. Uh, this could be a frame or something crazy, but I'm just gonna shoot Alice. Yeah, Prince. At least one print, I think, right? Yeah, one print. Did we miss a difficult somewhere? That's what I'm crediting in reality. Okay. But yeah, here's the thing. So like if you're looking at this game, I don't think Sari has anything, and the spy looks like. And here's the thing. I wouldn't have shot Alice if she didn't have the briefcase. The briefcase looked like an attempt to still like kind of finish missions. And if you know, I thought Wheels had really AI like paths. Yeah, Kane gets credited with a bug, but I think we sussed out the real DA, and he doesn't. He's not even in a real conversation. And you're not. And I guess you could fake, but if you have a bug, you're not faking. So most likely it's not Kane. So I shoot Alice here. I think this is the most logical thing if you think someone's finishing missions or is active. All right, so let's see. So this is actually where the mnemonics kind of saved us because I didn't even realize that the drink. I thought Wheels took the list, which is why I was like, huh, that's weird. So that's really funny. Um, so yeah. Anyway, it's kind of funny. Well, yeah, I don't think it makes a difference here just because I already have everything memorized. So, since like if I had singled out Alice and I shot Alice, then I think that's who it would have been. However, this shot was more so just for fingerprint and like potential print credit, and then also, um, trying to think. It was more so for print credit, but you can kind of see the final position here. Every single like person is in a different conversation, but we kind of sussed out that Teal wasn't the real DA and that Salmon was. So that's why we kind of made the decision just to shoot Alice there. Um, at least in my opinion. All right, Rocker. Why not? But yeah, I think it's a nice play, and it's down to 5 people. So like, if any one of those people goes statue to statues and is in for a real BB, that's a very likely Civ shot. But we just kind of get lucky, just like the Smallman game or the Smallman frame that we tried to do, and that he didn't end up doing anything. So all right, let's see, what can we do this game? Okay, that is a beautiful bug. I hope he didn't see that. Well, okay, not beautiful because he definitely was probably visible, but um, let's just get a nice little flirt here with white dress. So we did this bug, and we're not even being looked at, so you could probably just imagine that we got away with it. So that gives us a lot of freedom to kind of just relax this game. So we're going to take a microfilm here, just because everybody's on the other side of the venue, Toby and the ambassador. Put this book away, and yeah, we don't need to do anything crazy. After we do the next microfilm, we can kind of just do whatever because after we do the next microfilm, we can kind of do whatever because uh, obviously we're not dead for the bug, and he doesn't have the he doesn't have this first. He doesn't have the bug. He doesn't have the bug. He doesn't have that first microfilm. So we kind of have a lot of options here. Okay, Smallman's going to be eating up a little bit of attention, so we'll walk away. And we're going to go to green bookcase here because, yet again, you're not really the only thing to watch at the center here is going to be green bookcase. But Ambassador and Toby and Smallman are still on that side of the venue, so like, there's no reason to watch me here, right? So we wait until he checks the other side of the venue again. I probably should have just done it. I'm going to do it now. Okay. Okay, now we're just going to do center inspect, and then we're just going to go and finish the game. So center inspect, and we're going to BB, and should be a mission win. And you could think about bugging here if you're or swapping here, but there's no reason to. We're just going to go BB. And we need to wait to BB a little bit. We don't want to BB right after we went to center inspect, so we're going to wait a little bit. Okay, we could probably BB soon. Um, Although Smallman and Duke are picking up some progress, if you really wanted to be really disciplined here, you could just, in theory, not take a BB until they're in conversation, because they're going to be looking a little bit more sus than we are. And I think I am going to do that just because it just gives us a higher percent chance of winning. So, you probably could BB here and just win, right? He doesn't have the microfilm, he doesn't have the bug, and okay, he has inspects. That's all he has. It's the same exact position as Veranda. But this is what I was going to say is the downside is that in theory, okay, like you do all this, but the DA walks out. But we're going to BB here anyway. So we're going to BB here. We're not in with the real double agent. Okay, now you have a minute left, and don't forget we always have Purloin in our back pocket. So worst case things get really really bad, we just Purloin. So even though I don't want to do that because I'm pretty sure I have this game in the bag, but okay, we're gonna. Okay, Queen is the goat. Queen is literally the goat. She just redirects her for us. Okay, we're gonna BB again.
Banana bread.
Okay, BB again. Not gonna stop talk here because Ambassador's coming next to us. We don't want to be credited with the bug at the end of the game like this. But yeah, nice another clean game. I'm not gonna get shot. And even though we're a highlight, there's a bunch of other highlights in the party, namely Smallman and Duke, that could still have stuff. So without having the microfilm and the bug, you're not going to get shot. So you have a lot of options at the end there. And we did the bug was a little aggressive, I won't lie, but the microfilms were pretty safe to do. Maybe the green one wasn't, but the blue one was super safe. Um, so yeah, okay. HBA, BBH. Sorry, could have bugged there, I guess. HBA, BBH. Irish with the watch check could be a time ad, but it isn't. It looks like. Okay, Daisy. Okay, Red Dress. Okay, Red Dress and Smallman Ladybug. Remember that one? Because Red Dress might have to chase Smallman again. We have Seek and Teal, which is, a Daisy. Ambassador starts out at blue. No inspects currently, though. We have a Frog at the green bookcase, which is ironic. Fire. Just trying to call out a lot of these pairs just in case. So BBH still no one has inspects. Queen, remember from the green bookcase because Frog. Let's see where Smallman goes. Remember, Sorry has a bug as well. But Sorry has a bug credit. Salmon with the first bug or print of the game. White Dress is White Dress farther away? Oh, she is. Okay. Okay, Buns reject. Could walk away here maybe. I'm gonna bait some almond into swapping here, so I'm not gonna look at that side of the venue. And if he walks away really quickly, then it was him, but it's not, unfortunately. So, oh well. Salmon watch check. Okay, so Salmon Bling Twin, HBA still. Salmon Bling Twin. Um, a Pearl. That's a really nice bounce or a bump, I guess I'll call it. Bling. Watch check. Okay, Teal and Bling both watch check. Okay, Queen still has a book from Green. Irish. White Dress is still back there, but she hasn't moved, so I'm not really worried about her. Red Dress. Okay, Smallman is still avoiding Red Dress, so maybe it's not Red Dress. Bling Twin goes next to Red Dress. Teal. It's kind of hard to parse out who's even flirting with who in this game, I'm not going to lie, because there haven't been really many common pairs. Queen hasn't really moved, though, but she has a book from Green, so just guard that when the time comes. Seek, let's see if he two cycles. Text from Blue. Remember, Pearl has a print. Yeah, okay, so Queen goes next to Buns, which I'm assuming isn't her ST, but Queen also returns correctly here. White Dress maybe with a print. Okay, Bling Twin takes... I'm not sure where Bling Twin got that book from, I won't lie. Oh no, Bling Twin got it from the blue bookcase. That's where the print was from. So yeah, it's just Bling Twin and also going in between people like that's really odd. We'll wait for one more mission though, just to be sure. But I'm pretty sure that that he got the print from the blue bookcase, and so that's why he microfilmed the book. But who's his ST? Is it actually... I just don't know who his ST is. If he wanted to BB, he could have went to this conversation. I'm confused that he didn't. So Blinkton might be trying to fish to go to Disney's conversation. We'll see though. Or Wheels. Disney or Wheels maybe is the real DA. So I'll highlight them. This is just for Blink Twin. Yeah, no pillar bounce as well. So it's definitely Blink Twin. I think we just got the microfilm here. Okay, we actually do go into the general's conversation here.
Banana bread.
And I'm gonna shoot one. Yeah, so we have the microfilm. Remember, he got the print from the blue bookcase. So, this is why we know what this book is. And yeah, we see him go in the middle of two people here at yellow, which is probably already a hard tell in and of itself, but we know where his book came from, so we can definitely be able to confirm that. So, yeah, being on top of Prince there gets us that shot. Change the transfer microfilm to fingerprint. All right, high rise. Okay. Really free bug, high rise moment.
Banana bread.
Gonna BB. We're just gonna play this really fast, I think. Okay, we're gonna switch conversations and go next to Duke. We're gonna wait to talk here though, because I probably am top sus. especially if there wasn't an SDA in this conversation. We're gonna talk now. Get drink. Uh, okay, there we go. So sussed it out. I think he sussed out some sort of early shenaniganry. But let's just look at this bug for a second. I hate this venue, man. Look at this. Yeah, this bug is just dumb. Like, yeah, I mean, okay. To be fair, that bug is just really stupid. So we're just gonna call that game. We're just gonna chalk that up to high rise being high rise. You can't even blame Obi for that because, like, okay, you could credit it. You could credit that bug, but like that's just such a weird bug to credit. That's like, there's no way. Yeah, didn't see anybody he could feel like I had it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So like, when he shot text, I was like, he sensed what was going. He sensed something was going on, but he just didn't know what. So okay. See if we keep the setup the same. We didn't keep microfilm, probably. Okay, we do. So we got a another just same setup game. Okay, sheep. Queen. So Queen Seek is a bear. Puff. Sheep puff. Sheep puff. Sheep puff. Queen has the only. Okay, it's not you. White dress. He did a stutter step there. That's why I little it. And the HBB, which is virus. Sheep puff. Queen has the first reject, by the way. White dress could have a bug. Print. Well, you gotta watch where this drink goes. So that's our first priority here. Goes to Queen, who has a flirt with Seek. Seek has inspects. We go back next to Queen. That's annoying. Although, did Seek talk? I don't even know if he talked or not. We have ketchup, and we have a butter knife. Did Queen take a drink? I don't even know. I think she did. Okay, no bug from, sorry, Tex. Okay, red dress. Okay, red dress walks away, so that makes sense because she's not next to anybody, not next to any STs. Corn dog, but that isn't necessarily a flirt pair. C could have flirt, so it's gonna be a little tough game because if Seek's in for real BB, technically he could have missions done. Queen talk. I don't even know if Queen. I don't even think Queen has a drink to be honest. Okay, Queen now Seek reject. Okay, that looks weird from White Dress. Remember, White Dress still has a print, by the way. Could be the real BB. Either Seek or White Dress. Okay, Buns. Okay,
Banana bread.
okay. I think White Dress, but it is actually Seek. Okay. Oh, we don't. Were we AI controlled? Okay. Queen wasn't even our ST. Okay, what a what a weird game. We did never talk to. I forgot who wasn't. I was gonna say I thought one of Queen or Seek like didn't talk, and so I was like, okay, well, I don't know who has flirt technically, and I also wasn't sure if White Dress had a bug there or not. And then like the talk, and then like the longer like reject time for the Purloin just made me think it was her. But yeah, I mean, Seek was definitely my top sus there, just because I thought he was flirting with Queen and also had inspects, and also was in for real BB. So I mean, it could have been either one. I could have shot Seek and it would have been correct. But it's funny because it wouldn't have even been the correct shot because like technically he wasn't even flirting with Queen. So I don't know. It's just a weird. It's just another high rise moment. Okay, we're gonna take this and we're gonna act like Irish rejected a drink here. We're gonna block this, I think. So it's down to me and Irish here, I think. Should be down to me and Irish anyway. 1,000 to 1,000. 3,000. Let's walk away. Okay, Irish goes to statues here. I mean, if he's completely on top of this, it's either me or Irish. Um, so in this case, you kind of want to just hold, like don't do anything. Um, like as the spy. Okay, Irish goes statue to statue. So if he is actually on top of this, you could shoot Irish here when she BBs. But we're gonna wait. We're gonna take our time. Okay, it looks like we're flirting with buns now too. So Irish really looking suspicious here. Okay, we're gonna wait a little bit in BB, I think. Okay, but she just leaves, so okay. I'm glad I didn't BB. Oh my god, and Buns joins us. So now we actually have flirt with Buns. Oh my gosh. And Tails in our conversation, so meanwhile I still also have flirt technically. Okay, please just go in a DA conversation. If she goes back to statues, I don't think we're gonna get shot. We need Irish to come back into conversation here so I could frame her. Okay, that's annoying. She might be watching this bugs. He might be watching the swap here, so I'm gonna go for a bug. Okay, there we go. I mean, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna act like I got called to this statue. It's tense. So this is an utterly crazy game because Irish is the one who has the purloin, but now she goes statue to statue and also has swap. So funnily enough, she also seduce with buns. So she's also finishing missions here. So this is also 4 missions for her. So that's some crazy luck right there because buns going next to Irish gives her flirt. That what a crazy game. That's a crazy game. That's why I went for this swap because I was like, oh, this is perfect. Yeah, exactly. What a game because like that's crazy. Okay. I'm really happy about that game because that was a crazy game. That was just that's crazy. Okay. Well, another gallery game to go. And we're kind of nearing the end already. A lot of these games have actually been pretty decent for me, so like I don't blame Obi for missing a lot of these because like a lot of these games are really hard to snipe. Like that's a really hard game to snipe. Exactly. See, Irish was so active. Yep. Exactly. That's what I was hoping for. Yes, exactly. Because it's like once Irish has all that stuff, she also had flirt with buns, right? Well, I was gonna type that, but I think he'll watch anyway. But she also had flirt with buns, so it's like okay, you could make a case that like you could just make a case that like oh okay, she could actually be finishing here, and this third inspect could actually just be a swap, like a weird swap play. So and it's a silent BB. Okay, so scream and puff. Oops. Queen is a little sus to me leaving so soon. Okay. Red dress goes next to wheels. We have the genie from Aladdin on the top right. Scream puff. Okay, green. Okay, buns maybe with a micro, but no time ads. General versus prince. There's another prince top left. That was really AI like from general. Okay, no bug from wheels. Definitely no bug from wheels. Salmon with a prince. So, who just had the briefcase? General. So a hook. Buns maybe trying to finish a microfilm with Irish. So pickle top right, 250. We're gonna watch her, but I don't think she did microfilm though. Queen reject. Okay. Um, Disney returns correctly. We have a javelin top left, as well as Alice top right. Checking for time adds a little bit here and there, just because I don't want to give him any extra time to work with here. Teal with briefcase. Could be dead. I don't know. Scream puff. Queen reject. Okay. That looked like a green purloin, but I'm not on top of it. So this game just got a lot more complicated, I think. But I don't think it could have been teal.
Banana bread.
Okay. It's actually just queen. Well, we got lucky there. I will say, like, I don't. That looked like a green fade to me, but I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep queen out because it could be white. Um, and unfortunately, we kind of just bail there. But I also didn't think like anyone really had purloin, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm missing someone. So the game got a lot more complicated. But I thought I had pretty decent flirt pairing, so I was like, okay, I should still be fine. But um, I think Obi thinking, oh, I need to do something because this white purloin is just seen, and I think just kind of, like, because after you do that, you kind of want to look at the laser and see the reaction. So I'm not immediately taking a shot on you, so it's like I don't know for sure, right? Like if I knew for sure, you would just be dead, or I would be narrowing down the party, but that's not really what happened, I guess. So you don't need to do anything crazy there, I think, in my opinion. Okay, insta talk. I have a plan here. If Ambassador goes on that side, I'm going to pick up this briefcase and cheese it. So I'm hoping Ambassador goes on the other side of the venue. Okay, go on that side so I can cheese this briefcase, please. Oh, is he going to? Oh, he is going to. All right, here we go. Okay, so okay, this is probably unnecessary, but this briefcase, I mean, it does, the little things matter. So like me having this briefcase is massive, and it's not even, there's no way you could even suss it. So like this briefcase is completely clean because if it was sussed, I'd be dead already. So 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Go next to Tex. Okay, green flirt. We'll just go to statues here. No need to reinvent the wheel here. If the briefcase is still there, I can just go to it and then be done with Prince. But no, Twin's gonna take it from me. I could go for a difficult if he puts it down though. So that's what I'm gonna 2 cycle inspects here. But now it's just gonna get returned in Ambassador, so there's no need. So I'll just do this. I'll just put it back. And this is all pedantic because this first print is already clear, which means that's probably gonna be hard for Obi to find the shot anyway. Kane though. Okay, Kane the goat.
Banana bread.
Okay, we're gonna take this and we're gonna go get the print. And I should not get shot for this, I think. Because he should be off by 1 print. Boom. There we go. And yeah, so no other print. First one's cheese, and from his perspective, so the reason why I want Ambassador on this side is because then I could just cheese it. And you can kind of see me a little bit here, but you're mainly watching Purloin and Bug, so you kind of miss that. You know what I mean? So nicely done from me there. It's a fun little strat. Hyper does this sometimes, and I kind of wanted to try it out for myself there, and I kind of stole the tech, but I hope he'll approve of me using it like that. Nunu. Okay, Nunu Dove. Okay, Nunu Dove. Watching for flirt pairs. Seeking Wheels, which is an ambulance, but Wheels walks away. Nunu Dove. Okay, Disney goes next to Buns, so Grill walks away. Yeah, okay. Duke. Okay, so Disney follows Buns right into conversation, talks like basically instantly. So I think it's already Disney. So behaviorally, Disney is screaming spy to me right now, but we still have time. He talked around the 30-second mark, so if he talks around 145 again, I think we could just shoot him. This is really being pedantic here, but there's not that much to watch, and like we can kind of see everything that's happening already on our screen. So, like for example, White Dress has the first briefcase. Like we're highlighting inspects. There's been no swap, so I can go and I can afford to like look at really minute stuff like this if I think someone is the spy. So remember, at around 145 or so, he'll talk again because the flirt would have come off cooldown because it's been 45 seconds. So I'm praying that she doesn't leave. Please do not leave. Stay so I could show this off. Okay, she stays. So around 145. Yes, exactly. So there's the 145 talk. Stop talk. Although I don't know why we stop talk there to be honest though. I mean, if I'm watching you for a flirt, you're just dead anyway. So I don't know why we stop talk there. But that stop talk is very very aggressive. So it is in fact Disney, and we have his exact count. I'm pretty sure he has a briefcase. So him in white dress. He needs to go to statues here. Maybe that's what he's doing right now. No, we're just going to go to the Smallman BB conversation. That's fair. BB here. I'm not even going to highlight Kane because I'm going to hear the BB come off here any second. We're gonna wait for Alice to land. Okay, Teal goes in. If Seiko's in this conversation, that's when you're gonna hear BB as well. He's watching over here probably. Okay, BB any second now. There it is.
Banana bread.
Yeah. Now we can just shoot this. So this obviously, um, I do want to showcase this. So we talk around 45. So if you, or sorry, 30. So we talked around 230. So we talked around here. See, so around. So this is I just rounded it down. So I thought we talked around 230. That's why I said 145 because the flirt cooldown is total of 45 seconds. But when we talk a couple seconds before that, at around the time I expected him to talk, and then we see the stop talk, that was just enough for me. So then the BB, and then you can kind of also gauge it behaviorally, like okay, the spy's waiting for people to land in BB. So once the two people closest to him that he can see land in the BB conversation, then you can just watch him take the shot. So there's that. Um, that was a little bit of an unnecessary like game because like yet again it's like the flirts are really obvious, so like okay you're expecting that to happen, but if you didn't see the flirts that obviously it might have been a little harder of a game this night, but you can still watch little stuff like that because it does pay off dividends. All right, not gonna go right next to Smallman I think. Trying to bug here. Okay, well this is the worst BB of all time.
Banana bread.
We're gonna double talk here just because I can. I wanted to bug there. I got action prio, by the way. That's not my fault. We had some decent cover over here, and I thought bugging would be pretty good, but unfortunately, I get action prioed, and I don't want to waste the time. So if you got a lot of good highlights from this, I'm just going to BB here, or I'm just going to Purloin, I think. We're going to BB again.
Banana bread.
Okay, Purloin again, or BB again. Okay, now the game is sufficiently thrown into chaos.
Banana bread.
One more BB because everybody's in conversation. There's no reason not to BB here. Although I guess I gave Teal a low light, so that's my bad, but because Teal was taking a drink, and you can't do a BB if you're taking a drink. Okay, General goes center, but if General's a low light, then this means nothing. You have two options here. You could just rush and just pray that something good happens, or I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's not really much to say about this right now. We're kind of just waiting for somebody to get shot. Or you know what? Let's be bold. Let's go to center statues. Let's dare him to shoot us. He can't wait for a 2-cycle here too, by the way. Another funny play, you could just 1-cycle it, but we're gonna 2-cycle it, I think. We're gonna test him out. Let's see if he'll shoot this or not. Okay, 2-cycle. Okay, only a highlight. Wait for the blink so we can't die. Okay. Okay, I'm highlight here, but it's fine. I still need two flirts. Okay, Smallman walks away from us here. So we're gonna take a drink and then walk away to Smallman. Okay, there we go. Green flirt. Yeah. So this is just a nice shot. Um, Even if like the BBs gave a lot of lowlights, the game is like trust me, the chaos of the party was probably not clear at all to him, and so it's harder to find the shot than you think. The center statue isn't as clear as it is, but yeah, it's a hard shot to find. So he said wow because it's not an easy shot to find. Yeah, exactly. Like it's a hard shot because it's like okay, I could be finishing. If he doesn't know who the Perlin was, it's a lot harder of a game to snipe than you think. Even if you do get a lot of free highlights, because you could like have missed a bug or something. You could have missed a million cheeses from that early BB. You just don't know. So yeah. All right. HBH, HBH, and BHH. Salmon, BHH. Okay, three people. So bear and bling. So bear holding a diamond. Um, Okay, center inspects from Buns. We have. They're not on the same pad, are they? No, they're not. Okay. Watching Bug here. Print down. To the left of Salmon. We have two people with inspects, so Buns and Salmon, the fish fillet sandwich. HBH and then BHH, so still good. We had Bear holding a diamond at the right bookcase about 20 seconds ago. I've been watching Purloin. I feel like I can have a really good memory of like everything except like one mission. It looks like so. Fish fillet sandwich next to each other. Um, any other flirt pairs? Bling is technically in the same conversation as Queen, maybe. Okay, no bug there, I would like to believe. White dress. So white dress and salmon, that's caviar. Okay, Buns leaves, Rocker leave. Buns switches convo. Maybe trying to flirt, I don't know. Disney picks up the same statue, probably not Disney. So still just salmon and white dress in terms of print. There's a print at green bookcase and a print at the first statue, red dress. Smallman could have a bug. I didn't even see him down there, but he could have a bug. Okay, it's not Disney. If it's Disney, I will literally quit SpyParty, but... Okay, Rocker Smallman. Okay, no Purloin yet. Watching Bug. Rocker Smallman, that would be a... I don't even know what my mnemonic is for that. Huh. Yeah, who knows? Oh yeah, Rocker and Smallman both have a print, by the way. Perfect, that one's smudged over there because of the SDA. Thank you for that. Okay, Smallman has prints and could have Bug. So Smallman now, unfortunately, could have missions, so if he's in for a real BB, things are going to get a little complicated here for me. Okay, look at the late bounds for that bounce, maybe. And Smallman already has, yeah, goes in this conversation as well. Yeah, that's annoying. If this would be B, I'm probably screwed here. I'll have to shoot Smallman, maybe. But do we have flirt? I guess we technically do. Could have been flirting with red dress. We leave, though. Interesting. Okay, that is not a path a spy would take. Thank God. And that's a behavioral path. Like, there was technically not, like, an anti-tell with that. Salmon with a briefcase. Salmon finishing inspects here, or fingerprints. BHH, HBH. Salmon still needs one more mission, not in the BB conversation. Buns, reject this when you really want to start watching missions really well. White dress doesn't have anything else, I don't think. Red dress is a little sus to me as well. Looks fine. No Purloin, though.
Banana bread.
Okay. Seeker Duke, it's not. We're gonna shoot Salmon. Duke doesn't have any missions, but it still was him, I guess, technically. I didn't know if Salmon could have had another bug, because technically Salmon's finishing missions there. So, just a little unfortunate, I think. Because I think Salmon did technically have Prince. Um, but, yeah. I mean, probably don't have to shoot that, I guess. But, because I'm trying to think, like, did Salmon have Prince? I mean, he definitely had one, but I think he did have another print, but it could have been difficult or a dead briefcase. I'm not sure. But either way, I credit him for prints there, and we're in with a real double agent. So rough game, and he could have definitely had flirt because I feel like he was in with like a lot of the same type of people. So yeah, just a difficult game, I think, in my opinion. We're gonna do an obvious talk. we're really obvious here. But since we didn't hit the green for it, I think I'm just gonna time out or something because I'd have to walk away now. Okay, no bug obviously happened there for me. We're not gonna talk again, so we're gonna avoid talking again, I think. Although now with him leaving our conversation, if he goes to another window pad, I could just flirt with him there. So we'll see what he does. We're gonna do it as if he is going to, just so it looks natural, but he doesn't. So this is gonna be a hard game. We're waiting for Tex to come into conversation with us here, which he does. So that's nice. That is real nice of him. We're not talking here. We're never talking here. The spy's obviously in this conversation, so no talking is fine. I could bug here. We're in a bug. Because I'm really, really well hidden here.
Banana bread.
BB. I only have one talk here, so I don't think I can even die for this, to be honest. Yeah, another crazy bug that is just between like a million people. And yeah, I am the only highlight in the party. So I am well aware that that first talk was really, really sus, but I think I think it's fine. Okay. Well, we're almost at the end of this set, and this has been a pretty long one, but I think it's been a really extremely instructive set so far. And Obi's gonna be watching these like crazy bugs a lot more often now, I think. Yeah, the way we were positioned in that game just screamed to me that we should bug. So that's why I went for it. And then BB. We don't have another talk, so we can never get shot there for two talks. So this isn't even a three green game because we only have one. We only have two greens there. So okay, memorize the orientation of the circle. So we have Gordon Ramsay. We have a tiger, and then Seek. So Gordon Ramsay, tiger, Seek. Uh, I think those three talked. Salmon is not the spy. It's too clean. Okay.
Banana bread.
This is probably a white BB because Queen left conversation, so it's either probably Sorry or Duke. Most likely Sorry, I think. And Sorry most likely would be done flirting with either Queen or Seek. Could be flirting with Queen. But it could also be Duke, and it could be anybody, to be fair. But I'm already... Okay, that's just a bug. Yeah, I like the attempt, but I think, unfortunately, the party is so narrowed down that there's not much for me to watch, so I think that bug is just a little too obvious, in my opinion. But I think, maybe take that at the beginning, and maybe it's not so obvious, but either way, it's a nice try. But yeah, I'm sus of you, sorry, and Duke for that BB. And yeah, I just take the shot. I mean, I most likely am shooting sorry on another talk anyway. So yeah, we're actually on our last venue here, which is Aquarium. 4 of 8. Yeah, just noticeable enough and top sus, so that'll do it. All right, last venue. We're almost done with this set. Man, this has been a crazy informative set, and I think there's going to be a lot of good stuff to watch just out of this set alone, especially spy side wise. I think I played pretty well on the spy side this set. A little less so on sniper, but it's all good. This conversation is way too cramped. I shouldn't have even tried to go in there, but we're not being watched for it, so it's not that bad. And Seek actually leaves us, so that's even better for us. We'll take this briefcase. There's not really much activity, like, in terms of like statue-wise, but it looks like the bar's pretty hefty. So, in my opinion, we go for this briefcase, and then maybe we go for like some sort of a. Ooh, I was gonna say I could have went for a bug there maybe, but unfortunately I cannot. So there's a lot of people at bar. I'm gonna go delegate. Okay, a lot of people in conversation, which is really good for us, I think. We'll try to delegate behind shark here, so I think it's middle shark at the moment. We could reject and then delegate, so we get this print, which I think is what I'm going to do. So hopefully Ambassador takes a drink here, then I'll take it, and then I'll have Prince. Perfect. Don't drop the briefcase. Okay, well now I'm obligated for the briefcase. So I hope someone takes that. But I guess I don't have to because I am going to be behind the shark, so. Okay, go next to Seek. BB send maybe.
Banana bread.
That is a beautiful send, but it's not even going to take, unfortunately, because there's too much people at the bar. That was such a good send, and now there's no one there. I might be top sus though for it. If Kane could leave, this will go off. So if Kane, maybe if I get somehow lucky and Kane leaves, or rejects maybe I could get it off. Reject, please. Oh wait, is Shark here? Oh, that's gonna be seen. I bugged, by the way. That's why I'm in mission with countdown right now. Because maybe he's watching Purloin, so I think, okay, well, Ambassador's into me, and I'll just bug, so we just bug. But yeah, crafty little play with the fingerprints. If I sent off the delegate a little bit sooner, I think it works out. But it would have been a really nice finish. But yeah, no, I mean that's just me picking a plan, kind of executing on it a little bit. So nice game. Okay, one more game to go. One more sniper game, and that'll be the end. All right, Puff, Sheep. Puff and Sheep. General Alice is a leather whip. Plain Twin Irish. Okay, leather whip. Leather whip, celery, and then Rice Krispie treats. Leather whip, celery, Rice Krispie treats, and maybe Reba McEntire. Puff Sheep, and then Scream Scream. Okay, leather whip. It's no longer next to each other. Rice Krispie treat still is. Reba McEntire is not. And celery is. Okay. Duke. No bug. Okay, let's see. That is Seahorse. Okay, that looked really weird from text. That little stutter step on Windows, and it is very spy to go to Windows there. Okay, it's probably just text. Okay, celery's still next to each other, but they have literally no progress, so uh, text could send plain twin here, I think. Address queen, and it does look like we get sent to bar, If this delegate takes, it's either Tex or Plane Tune, but it's most likely just Tex. Yeah, so it is just Tex. And I don't think Tex has any other missions in my, unless I missed something crazy. Okay. Could be a Shark Walk or something weird. But I still see his feet, so. Watching Plane Twin. Just to be disciplined. No movement in his legs.
Banana bread.
And yeah, no spy's gonna do that, I don't think, so we'll just shoot this. And yeah, GG's. Nice set from both of us, I think. I think the score line betrays it a little bit because I think a lot of these spy games were pretty hard to snipe, in my opinion. Um, I mean, as you can see, I already took 3 Civ shots in my games just based on like other people that could potentially be finishing or like things that I may have missed. So not clear at all. Uh, but I hope. But I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty. This is a really good set for educational value, I think. Like I think the one game, for example, on pub, where I think I don't need to shoot somebody based on finishing missions because they wouldn't have time added. So I think I could have low lit 2 of my top susses like that, but um, yeah, I mean this is a good result, even though it is. I think 22-4 it does really betray everything, because there's a lot of instructive stuff here. Um, and of course we are at different like sort of levels at the game at the current moment, but hopefully this just kind of goes to show that even on both sides you can learn stuff, and I just think that both sides play well. I think Obi had some nice shots, some nice games that unfortunately just didn't work out. But yeah, exactly. But that's gonna do it for this video. And GG's to Obi, and see you guys in the next one.